like, subscribe, and leave a comment. So here's your review of AEW Dynamite and Rampage, the week of the 27th of November. Obviously, it's the week prior if you're in England. So it starts with Rocky Romero versus Hook. In a great match. I think Rocky Romero said he wants to face the best up-and-comer, and he got Hook, and he got beat, so he got what he asked for, basically. Then we have DeMonte versus Chris Statlander in a great match, in the second match of the night. And your winner was Chris Statlander. This is obviously on Rampage. Then we have Danny Garcia talking about how he's not had a good start in the Continental Classic, and he's not going to be used as to eat pins, and he's going to get it done. He's going to step up his game, so we will see if he does. Then we have the Kingdom versus some guys. The Kingdom win. And then we have Wheeler Yuta versus Shibata for the Pure Championship in a really good match. Go and watch it, haven't seen it, but in the end Yuta gets the win by low blow. Yeah, but he's the new Pure Weight champion, so congratulations to Yuta. I think it's 3 times now. Then we go over to Dynamite. Dynamite starts off with Bryan Danielson coming out. He's on commentary. He still have that injury to his eye, orbital I think it is. Then we have John Moxley versus Jay Lethal in the Continental Classic for more points in this tournament. Really good match. Obviously both of these are great wrestlers, but in the end John Moxley gets the win, so he's on 6 points. Then we have Sting and Ric Flair talking about how Sting is on one of the best runs in AEW, 24-0, no losses, and he's going to have his last match, and Ric Flair basically just talks him up, saying obviously it's good to wrestle with him, and puts over Sting. So we will see his last match will be at Revolution. Then we have Mark Briscoe versus Roosh in the Continental Classic in a great match, but unfortunately Mark Briscoe loses again and Roosh gets the victory. Then we have MJF basically come out. He said basically he doesn't like Joe, but he respects Joe, and he acknowledges Joe's past accomplishments in Impact Wrestling. He states how Joe wasn't used properly in WWE. He should have been champion. And he also says he respects Joe. He's not in AEW to get the money. I'm not sure if the shot CM Punk or not. And then he says basically Joe's paved the way for people who don't look like bodybuilders, smaller wrestlers a bit more overweight. I think Joe's one of the best wrestlers ever. He's absolutely awesome. But he says basically Joe will not beat him. And then when that's basically said, some mask guys from the Mask Guy start attacking MJF, and Joe basically comes in for the save, so we'll see what happens there. Then we have Wardlow versus AR Fox in a great match, but AR Fox got basically TKO'd and Wardlow won. Then we have the Hardy Boys and Brothers A versus Top Flight and Action Andaletti, with Dante coming back, making his return. And yeah, in a great match, and Dante got the victory. Then we have Julia Hart versus Sakura for the TBS title in a great match. Go and watch it if you haven't seen it. But then Julia Hart gets the victory. Julia Hart's doing really good work. She's doing great. Then we have Christian Cage come out, and basically he calls out Edge. He wants to talk to Edge or Adam Copeland. Adam Copeland comes out. He basically apologizes to Edge, basically saying, listen, we go way back. Look at our wrestling history. When Edge's mum passed, and he didn't have a father, his family looked after Edge, basically took him in as one of his own. He goes into some really deep stuff and talks about how he wants to be a tag team again. And as he was doing that, and as he was telling Edge all this, it all seemed quite genuine. Ed was turning around having a think, and then Christian tried to hit him with the title belt. So then Edge hits him with a low blow and says, no, we're not going to tag team, it's on. And then in the main event of the evening, this match, as soon as I saw this match announced, I was looking forward to it. Jay White versus Swerve Strickland. Whose house? I wanted to see this match because I wanted to see the trajectory of both wrestlers. Swerve Strickland's on a roll. Jay White was on a roll. He did lose to MJF. This was an awesome match. Go and watch it if you haven't seen it. Both of them kick out of their finishers. Well, Swerve got Jay's finishes, then he rolled out the ring. But Jay kicked out a Swerve's finish. But in the end, your winner is Swerve Strickland. Good to see. I think he deserves it. He's on a massive roll right now. So yeah, he's on 6 points. So that's your review of AEW Dynamite Rampage. Leave a comment.